Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Ana de Armas, if you ever hear this, just no. Wait, no. Let me finish. Ana de Armas, I know you broke up with Ben Affleck, Batman. I don't really care, but just hop in my DMs. That's all.
As if she's gonna go from the actual Batman to Batman G777.
We're putting that in the beginning.
Yeah, that's the intro.
Oh my god.
Yo.
From Mr. Broke Productions, in an association with Maximillionaire and Vice City Kingpin, present to you Life on Easy Mode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You know, boys, my hair's kind of getting in the way. I need some hair product. Y'all got any suggestions?
A razor.
Yeah, cut it off, please.
Oh, I was going for, maybe like Gorilla Glue, maybe some duct tape.
No, just a razor.
Just a razor?
Yeah,
Okay.
just a razor.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Life on Easy Mode podcast. We are the three henchmen
I'm surrounded by idiots.
of idiots. Welcome, everyone. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good.
I'm the busiest I've ever been.
You're so busy you can't speak?
Yeah,
Honestly, he
basically.
doesn't even know where he is right now.
Yeah, Joe Biden. Where am I?
Yo. I'm busy.
Wait, I'm president?
Those poor children. Wow. So, Miguel, why are you busy?
Huh? I just got work and schoolwork, and I just a lot. So
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. It's around spring semester. What's
Even
it,
though it's
February?
cold as fuck.
Yeah, I like how they call it spring semester because winter semester is only like technically 3 weeks or something like that.
because it's during December.
Yes.
Hey, Gian, imagine being in school.
Imagine.
So funny.
Pull the secret. All right, what do you all want to talk about first? Do you have any rants you want to talk about, or actually, Gian, have any?
I have not had any dreams, sadly.
no?
I'm sorry for my fans who love the dreams.
Damn.
Thank God.
I kind of like the dream series, bro.
Bro, listen, I think it's whenever I either sleep over your house or I do something crazy the night before, have a lot of fun. So unless we have a fun night tonight, who knows?
So you just been having like a boring week, basically.
A boring week, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, not much has really been happening. Even in the news, there's not really much to talk
Yeah.
about. We have one thing that you pulled up to talk about.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
a few
later.
things, but I do want to bring up Stop and Shop and people who don't wear masks.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Stinky!
I'm talking to people who don't wear masks and who think putting their mask below their nose saves them. Now, obviously, the CDC has recommended that we wear double masks because of the new strain of the virus, which has been proven effective. But the good thing is that across the United States, 44 million people have received at least their first dose.
That's good.
So by April, my boy Fauci said, at least 75% of the population. Let's do this. So
Hopefully
we're gonna have a summer, boys.
Yes.
Anyways,
let's go.
but people think, oh my God, people are getting vaccinated. Cases are kind of dipping. I don't have to wear a mask, or I can wear it underneath the nose. Now, when people come in, I was at the door today, and I count people walking in. So this woman came in, and she didn't have her mask on. So I was like, oh, okay. And she reaches over, and she goes to get the hand sanitizer, and I'm guessing she probably is going to get a mask too because there's some masks right there. And I go, do you need a mask, ma'am? This is what she said to me. I have one, but it's dead. And I go, oh. And then she takes one. She goes, have a nice day. And I go, you too.
Is her mask like battery charged?
I don't know. She goes, I do have one, but my mask is dead. Like what?
It's the Razer concept mask with all the colors
needs
and
to be
stuff. And
charged.
you have to charge them.
Oh my God! Was it alive at one point?
What if she like? What if she misheard you? What if she heard like, do you have a kid? And then she goes, oh yeah, I do, but I did, but it's dead. Like, could you imagine?
I did, but it's dead.
Bro, like, how do you? What is that?
I don't even know. I told Kenny, who was working with me, he goes, bro, what?
Miguel, hand me that mask over there. Oh, right there. I need to see something real quick. This
Is it dead?
is it?
Is it dead?
Like,
Wait. Let me see.
is it?
CPR.
Oh my God.
We got no pulse. It's dead,
Fuck,
guys.
it's dead. All right. Anyways, I didn't even mean to throw that at you. Gian had that on yesterday, so.
Oh my God! For
I
like
put it on
what? For like
backwards.
5
Okay.
seconds. Boy, do we love talking about Nazis and getting canceled, don't we? Because apparently
Yes,
that's on
we
everyone's agenda.
do.
So if you don't know what the Mandalorian is, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Go watch it.
I'm like
watch
the
it.
only person on this earth who
You should go
hasn't
watch
watched
it.
it.
But the female who plays Cara Dune, the big scary lady. Her name Gina Carano.
I think so.
Carano, was previously like 2 days ago, as of this recording, was canceled, aka fired by Disney because of what she wrote on Twitter.
Yeah.
So this is what she said. I won't read all of it, but I'll read like the first thing. So
Well, actually, read the whole thing.
read the whole thing. Okay, all right. So this is exactly.
We'll break it down.
Yeah.
after,
So Jews. So stop me at any point, gentlemen. Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is this any different from hating someone for their political views? Now, I hate it when people bring up the Holocaust and kind of mirroring it to today's society, because
just like how people say Trump is literally worse than Hitler.
like it's so much worse back then.
Yeah.
Like 6 million freaking people died. Jews died because Hitler was like, nope, everyone has to be the same way.
Now, granted, of course, she is right. Like back before, like.
No, she is right in her
in
historical
in a historical
yes.
aspect, Jews were beaten by their neighbors, people who didn't support the ideology at the time,
Because they were scared as well. Yes.
But like, so much more bad things were happening at that same time. Like it was. Basically, like, it was a dictatorship. When Hitler was in power at that time when that happened, it was a dictatorship. Now, granted, of course, I will say that, I will make the argument that, one, that is a nuclear take, but two, that people nowadays are very closed-minded. And you can make the argument that people have always been closed-minded, but the internet just makes it more available to people to know that knowledge, because who's to say back in the 70s, Jim didn't beat up his neighbor Bob because he was a Democrat, because there wasn't the internet back then to report on that. You only maybe have heard about it. And back in the day, you got to keep in mind, you only had 30 minutes of news, which was like the 7:30, 7 o'clock news, and that was it. And they had to rush everything to get in there. So who's to say that people haven't always been closed-minded? But I would personally make the argument that nowadays, maybe it's because of the internet, that people have become more closed-minded. Are we headed in that direction to the point where it's like a dictatorship? I don't think so. At least not for a long, long time.
Oh, let's just hope it doesn't.
Let's hope it
Let's
doesn't.
just hope
But
it
I
doesn't
mean,
happen.
that's a nuclear take, hands down. Gina Carano had hands down. But do I think she should have lost her job over it? No. I don't think she should have been canceled over it. I don't think she should have been like canceled on Twitter. But then again, it's Hollywood, it's Twitter, and they just want to cancel everyone. It's Disney.
It's Disney.
They want to cancel everyone for the littlest things. These big major corporations, whether
But I
it's
think
Disney,
it's
whether if
also-
it's Hollywood, they just want to cancel people for the stupidest things, because nowadays you can't have an opinion or even a nuclear take. Remember back in the day when the internet was a little young, we could actually say things that were pretty messed up, but we could get away with it without having, the freaking all the media outlets shoved down our throat asking, why did you say that? Cancel culture. Insert name is over party is trending on Twitter.
She's also very so this is on top of this. She talked about being transphobic and anti-mask, and then finally the Holocaust tweet was like, all right, this is it. Disney was kind of like fed up with that. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilms. There are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are wow, they used to use big words. Abhorrent
Big
and
words for you.
Unacceptable.
Abhorrent and unacceptable. Tell me, what does abhorrent mean?
Means
Nicky?
like grotesque, disgusting.
Thank you.
Let the verbose one explain.
So, do you want to spell that for the class for spelling bee?
FREDF.
You got it.
R. Frenchman burger. Yes.
But it is, because she apparently on Twitter, she would allegedly mock trans people. So like, I mean, like,
I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that. I haven't seen anything about that.
she has also been called out on the past for her anti-mask stance, tweets on
I do
voter
know about that.
tweets on voter fraud, and allegedly making mocking trans people.
Okay.
So I mean, so they have been looking for a reason to fire her for 2 months, and today was the final straw. So like, because like apparently like, so maybe that wasn't the main reason, but like it kind of like set the flare, the tipping point. So, I mean, you go ahead and talk about being transphobic, and like Bob, we were talking about, so like people in their profiles put their pronouns he/his, him, or she/her, to make a stance against people being
Transphobic?
No.
Not just that, but like
It's just to identify like what you should refer as to someone. It's just like
standing for that in a way, yes, for like the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. So a lot of people do it. It doesn't. I don't care about
Personally,
it.
I don't think it does anything besides like, okay,
You
identify
put it-
as
you
this,
put in your-
but that's not gonna like stop any kind of discrimination or anything.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you want to put in your go ahead, go right ahead.
Yeah.
That's good for you. But then she does instead of doing she/her, she made a thing bop/bop/beep.
I think
So I mean, it's kind of
boo
funny.
boo bop, boo boo bop. She's Mr. Krabs in that bitch.
So this is also what she posted. Beep, bop, boop has zero to do with mocking trans people.
I can't take you seriously.
No, this is what she posted.
No, I know, but like you saying it, bro.
Beep, bop, boop.
That's what I'm saying. And what do you want? But has zero to do with mocking trans people. Heart and 100 symbol. I don't know why she put that there.
emoji.
To do with exposing the bullying mentality of the mob that has taken over the voices of many genuine causes. I want people to know you can take hate with a smile. So bop you for misunderstanding. Hashtag all love, no hate. Wow, that's such a profound way to say it.
So that was her excuse?
Yes. Oh, here's the fraud system. We need to clean up the election process so we are not left feeling the way we do today. Put laws in place that protect us against voter fraud. Investigate every state. Film the counting. What?
They do film the count.
Flush out the fake votes. Require ID.
They do.
You have...
You need an
Make
ID
voter
to
fraud
vote.
end in 2020. Fix the system. Post on November 5th, 2020.
So what's the evidence about the transphobic stuff? Is it the beep boop thing?
It's alleged that she mocked people, but this so I don't know if I can't find
I
anything.
just think in that situation, if you're like I don't think neither side is in the right.
So
to be
when
honest.
she posted that, the move was slammed by the excuse me, I'm sorry, the slammed by the trans community for being disrespectful and insensitive.
But she did that as a I'm not defending her. I'm not defending any side. I'm just saying she did that in response because they were like bullying, quote unquote, bullying her to put.
Because I
her
also
pronouns.
know that
Yeah.
But like there's like I don't see why you have to bully someone into putting their pronouns in their bio because it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it may be a big deal to you, but just because it's a big deal to you doesn't mean like your favorite celebrity has to do it too.
like, but like I know that Pedro Pascal,
He did it too.
He did it too.
His sister came out as trans. Or
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Here's
that's
what you
why
gotta do. You gotta stop
that's
looking
why he did it to support his sister.
Okay, well,
but that's
then that
different.
makes sense. That
Right.
makes sense. So, and then, but like,
People just need to stop like obsessing over these big major celebrities and artists because I mean, granted, you could be inspired, you can look up to
yeah,
a person
yeah.
that's famous, but like don't let them be your whole happiness. Don't
Mm-hmm.
like everything they do you have to agree with. You can disagree with like people who are big and famous. You don't have to agree with everything they do. Also, Gian, if you could you try to see if you can find anything that was transphobic besides the beep boop bop
I
thing?
just think her fans shouldn't have told her what to do, and
Yeah.
she shouldn't have done that.
I mean, that's not that big of a deal. the
Yeah,
beep,
but
boop,
she
bop.
like it would have just been gone away if she didn't do anything.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true because, you know, people can't take a joke nowadays. So, out of those three things, the beep boop bop, the anti-mask thing, and the whole like comparing today to like Jews back then, if you want my God honest truth, out of those three, I think the worst is the mask thing because again, I think masks do really help prevent the spread of COVID. So she's anti-mask, and I think out of those three, between the beep boop and the Jew thing, that is the worst thing that she said out of those three. Unless Gian can find, as of he's looking right now, something that she said that was actually transphobic.
but just for clarification, apparently, I didn't find this, but this tweet from this person, Culture Crave, apparently if you don't understand this, she is comparing a Republican to a Jew.
Wait, let me see.
She was in her statement, she's comparing a Republican to a Jew, of how like, oh, you lost because after the election, people are like, oh, you lost. Like people were being like, oh, like Republicans to the Democrats. Oh, you big baby, he lost. Get over it. She's comparing that to this.
Okay, then that's kind of messed
That's
up,
a
yeah.
little bit. That's
Yeah.
a little for clarification. I mean, I don't know if it's 100% true, but this is a person who. I mean, if I guess you kind of read it, yes, it does kind of make
To be
sense.
honest, Gian, people who have blue check marks on Twitter aren't always the most reliable. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay, so in another tweet, I don't think trans people would like all of you trying to force a woman to put something in her bio through harassment and name calling every day for months.
I don't agree with that.
Such a racist transphobe bitch, weirdo. I hope you die. I hope you lose your career. You're fat. You're ugly.
Yeah, that's not really how you get someone to put
that's
pronouns
not
in
how
their
you-
bio.
Just for pronouns.
But like,
that,
just
that
like,
does-
oh, you have to support it. Like, I support it. I don't have to put it in my bio. I
Right.
don't like it.
Like, what do I have to prove?
Like.
I think if you're not going out of your way to cause harm to a specific community, I think that in a way shows that you at least support their rights to live, to have freedom, to do what they want, right? Like,
Yeah.
as long as you're not saying anything that's genuinely discriminatory that would cause
Yeah,
harm to a
yeah.
community, I think that right there in itself shows that you, in some way, in one way or another, support that community. Like, I don't think she has to do this whole, oh, I have to put these pronouns in my bio. If you want to do that, that's fine at the end of the
That's
day.
fine,
But
but-
like, who gives a crap if someone doesn't have it in their bio? Like, and some people, again, you got to give credit to all sides. There are people in the community who say, we just want pronouns in our bio just so we can clarify what we identify as, just so there's no confusion. Okay, I get that. But like, people who are trying to force that down your throat, just like any other community, that's not right.
I just think I already said it, but like
Yeah.
if you have to force something down someone's throat, then just you're in the wrong.
Exactly. You're just an idiot.
It's an iffy on both sides. Obviously, she shouldn't have compared Republicans to Jews. Like,
Yeah, that's wrong.
or she shouldn't. Even if she is transphobic, don't be. And if she was, my,
Even if you're transphobic, don't be. Yo, you just
I just ended it.
You just
I just
ended
ended the war.
discrimination. You just America is now
America
at
is
peace.
saved.
If you're
My word
racist,
of
don't be.
advice-
Boom, racism solved.
My word of advice: don't do it.
Yeah, just don't do it.
guys.
Oh, I love you, Gian.
Should she have been fired completely? I don't know, but I mean, now she's making a movie with Ben Shapiro, so maybe that was the right decision because this could be the greatest movie ever.
Yo,
created.
so wait, is Ben
We
Shap-
are making the conservatorian.
wait. So is he the director? Or is he just in the movie?
she's produced. Oh,
Look it up.
It's
I have her here. I
not
have-
gonna
I
be
have-
While
I
you do that, I'm gonna do my Ben
right
Shapiro.
here. Daily Wire is helping make one of my dreams. This is what she told US Today. The Daily Wire is helping make one of my dreams to develop and produce my own film come true. I cried out and my prayer was answered. Why are you crying out, The Daily Wire? Please help me make a film. Like, what?
They're
You
a-
go to that
They're a
length?
news.
Like,
like,
there's, I have only
organization
just
once.
begun using my voice, which is now freer than ever before, and I hope it inspires others to do the same. They can't cancel us if we don't let them.
That is true. Okay, as
That
cringy
is
as that
true.
overthink sound, you listen. At the end of the day, you can't cancel someone who genuinely doesn't give a crap.
EDP.
Again, as
EDP.
okay, well, see, like
Well-
that, like I hate cancel culture, but it has been proven that like he did say some
But
rather
he doesn't
explicit things
care,
to
though.
minors. That's the thing. He
doesn't
doesn't care. And since there's no hardcore proof of him sending anything or doing anything with children, he's not going to get in trouble.
Now you wanna
Granted,
talk
his
about-
reputation is slandered, but since he genuinely doesn't give a crap, he's still gaining subscribers. He still has a bunch of views coming in. That's a perfect
Now,
example.
if we want to talk about cancel culture, Call Me Carson should have already came out and said, like, listen, like, made a video, but he has not. It's not, like, we already talked, I'm not going to get into the full details, but, like, he was,
He shouldn't-
he
he
was
shouldn't have
19,
been-
she was 17. There, it's not that big of a,
Ready? He lost because of this whole thing. He lost 300,000 subs. He literally lost 300,000 subs for nothing. Do you know how many 19-year-olds have talked and dated 17-year-olds? So you mean to tell me you can fuck? But like, if they supposedly send nudes, and again, I'm not saying I agree, disagree with this.
now that's,
but
I guess,
by law,
legality-
that's
legality, yeah, it's not,
illegal.
yeah.
So
But, like, he should at least sent something. He hasn't been on Twitter, not on YouTube, not on anything. Like, he should have at least said something.
he's probably still making sure he's getting all his facts right and making sure he's making the
Bro,
right
this better
statement. I
be
mean, then again, it shouldn't have taken this long.
yeah,
but,
how long has it been? Like 2 months?
yeah, like 2 months. So.
Jesus.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, like you can't really cancel someone who doesn't give a crap. Granted, of course, if they haven't done anything legal. Like if someone says something nuclear on Twitter or says something really messed up, even if people try to cancel them, even if they do get them fired from somewhere, if someone doesn't give a crap and they're just going to go on and do other things, they really aren't canceled. And you really can't cancel someone who doesn't give a shit. Like, see her?
At the end of
if,
the-
if she were to bow down to everyone saying, I'm sorry, I'm going to, lose my career and I'm going to be what everyone says I am and I'm just not going to do anything, then yeah, she's letting the people cancel her. But because this happened, because she got let go from The Mandalorian, she's now doing something, I guess you could say, productive and making her own movie now
Well,
with
with
the
Ben
Daily Wire.
Shapiro.
Granted, it's with Ben Shapiro, but at least she's not letting herself bow down to the fucking mob and saying, you know what, I shouldn't have a career. You're right. I'm going to just go away forever. So
I mean, at the end of the day, there's still people that fully agree with her, and that she'll still have fans.
yeah, no, she'll still have fans. And again, I don't think she should have lost her career over this or lost her role in The Mandalorian. Granted, I don't agree with the nuclear take she had, like repairing Republicans to Jews back in the 1930s. I think that is a messed up take, and I don't like that she's anti-mask. And as conservative as I am, I do think we should wear a mask because it does prevent the spread of COVID. But that's just me.
You think she's an anti-vaxxer too?
Bro, at this
hope
point,
not.
I really hope
A lot of people I feel who are anti-mask, who don't believe in that crap, that are probably
Anti-vax.
6 out of 10 chances probably an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, most likely.
So.
But you know how I bet Hollywood's people have tried to cancel but could never do it because he is God.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, he's so God
I
funny.
knew you were going for that,
He's
bro.
so God funny, and he's so not. I wouldn't say beloved, but a lot of people do like him in Hollywood. Even at the Golden Globes in 2020, bro, when he brought the roof down because he was like, "This is the last time I'm going to be doing it."
Yeah, bro.
He
He is
had-
an absolute
oh my God.
G.
I
And
love
even
him.
if people don't like him because of how ruthless he is, people can respect him and admire
Oh my
him for
goodness,
that.
I respect.
But I mean,
that.
I personally do love the guy. I think he's absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious.
But speaking.
CG, when you become famous, do that.
I'm not gonna do it right away. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
Wait,
let
okay, yeah,
my career a little season a little bit.
Enjoy it a little.
Enjoy and then
Get canceled for some things you said in modern times.
Make your first like 5-6 movies and then
and then make sure I win a few Oscars and then do something with my life. Yes.
Pull a Christopher Nolan and then do it.
Make Inception 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of Mandalorian and good news on the opposite side, Pedro Pascal has been hired as Joel in The Last of
anything
Us.
about this.
So I am very excited. I don't know the other. I gotta get up the other girl's name because she's from Game of Thrones. So I don't know exactly. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I haven't either.
Okay,
but-
so while you're looking this up, explain what this is. So Pedro Pascal, what's he starring in?
So he's going to be starring in The Last of Us, which, as of right now, is an adaptation of the game. I don't know if it's going to be the first game, the second game, or it's going to be in the middle. I kind of hope it's going to be in the middle of the first 2 games.
Okay.
Because the girl I did see is 17, 18. And obviously, a 17-year-old I wouldn't really want to play a 12 or 13-year-old, I don't think. She would play more towards... Her name is Bella Ramsey. So... I don't think they would make her play like a 12-year-old. I mean, maybe. She doesn't really look 12. She honestly looks 17, 18. So, like, I would see them as putting her...
How old is Ellie in
Ellie
The Last of Us
is... Oh, wait, no, she's not 12. I'm sorry, I take that back. She's not 12 in The Last of Us. There was talk of her in being 12, but she's actually, what is she? I think she's 13, 14. So, she's going to be 14 in The Last of Us game, but... So it takes place 5 years after the first game, so she's 19 in the second game.
So I could see it being in like the middle.
Because like as much as I am all for game adaptations of movies, they have not gone well. The only ones I could think of was Sonic. I thought that was kind of cool. I liked it.
Look at the Resident Evil movies, bro.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But like I think it's a good casting. Like a lot of people thought Hugh Jackman would have been a good take because we actually just finished Logan for the thing, like how that dynamic with the father and daughter would have been well. But like Pedro Pascal in like The Mandalorian, like was a very good like I guess you could say father figure to Baby Yoda. So like I thought like that's a good take on that. And I think he's be good. A lot of people like literally like hours before it was released, it was rumored that I gotta fucking say his name right.
Martial Ali.
Yes.
Mahershala Ali.
I don't know if you butchered that or not.
I probably butchered
Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Obviously, a lot of people like when it was rumored because it actually came out that he was given the opportunity to be in it, but he declined it. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad with him being in, but people are like, "Oh, he's black," and I go, "Well, yeah." If he's a good actor, it doesn't really freaking matter at that point.
Actor,
he is
though.
a phenomenal actor. Now, obviously, Joel is white. He has the physique. He has the bigger physique.
I mean, if they're doing a game adaptation, I think people should do the. People should play whatever color the actor is.
Yeah, but like I thought he would have been good at it. Even if he was casted, I'd been like, cool. But then I do know for a fact people would have gotten upset. For 100%.
I mean, granted, like if they wanted to add like a character and have him playing it, that'd be fine. But like, if he was gonna play the role of like a white person who's supposed to be white in the thing, I think you just let a white person play.
But I do like
because think of it this way: imagine if a white person were to play a black person in the game, that would cause an upheaval of
Yeah.
madness.
Yeah, I mean that has like if you think about like The Simpsons, like the dude who played Apu was white, so like he got fired because
No, he stepped down.
Oh, he stepped down. Well, he was going to, but then he stepped down before anything could escalate because people were like, oh no, you can't. After all these years, he's white. Like notice how people came out then.
Well, see, with voice acting, it's a bit different because
It is.
you're not playing. See, personally, I don't care if a white person would do the voice of a black dude or vice versa. I don't think that's that big of a deal. But if you're going for like consistency, if someone would actually physically play the character of a game adaptation, I think it should just be the color of whatever that character is.
Yeah,
but,
or like kind of like similar to it.
Yeah.
Like, in a way. But that's the casting, so I think it's pretty good because I know I'm gonna watch it. I hope that it's not like a straight adaptation of the first game because I've already played the first game. As much as I would love to have watched them in a limited series form, I've already played the game.
You already know.
I've already played
how
the
many
game.
times? Be honest, John, with me. How many times have you played the first game? Just if you
I
had-
play at least once a year.
Once a year.
And when you first got it, you probably played it like 3 times a year.
Yeah, two, 3 times.
That's
So it
maybe
came out in
like
2013. I got it in 2013, so I
probably
played
at least like 15 times, maybe.
Yeah.
that's-
I don't know what's a game I would go back to.
Mine's Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
hands
bro,
down.
this man keeps fucking playing Resident Evil 4.
Okay, I've beaten that game. I've gotten everything in that game for PS3, Wii, GameCube, and I'm working on PS4 for it. And they're gonna get it. They're remastering the game, and I'm gonna get that as well.
Yes, yeah, remastering. I don't know if it's obviously not gonna be exactly, but it's gonna be remastered like
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3 and 2. Then,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll actually definitely play that. Because we have so much time to talk about. That's really all I want to talk about. I want to talk about Resident Evil 8, big lady, bro. Did you see the tall lady?
yeah, I
she's
saw
gonna,
that.
bro.
She's
She's
like-
9'6".
Oh yeah, that's right.
Thanos,
bro,
Bro.
bro. Like people were like.
Thanos can't even aim for the head with her.
No.
Bro, like people were like the comments what is it Capcom was like bro we all love the tweets. We didn't think we were gonna get this big recognition because people were commenting, I want her to chase me.
Oh my god.
Bro, like I mean,
How
like,
are you down that bad,
like
bro?
Markiplier made a video too. I saw most of it, but like he was like bro, look at her. He was like, I'm not in any sexual way, but look at her. But like
Oh my god.
Bro, imagine being
her
down
name
so
is
bad you want to
Dimitri.
be haunted
Her
by a
name-
girl.
Her name is Alcina Dimitrescu. I guess I just want to call her Dimitri.
Oh, you should go to images. I think go to regular.
She's
Google.
like
She is 2.9 meters tall, which means is 9'6".
that is
Bro, that
crazy.
Bro,
Bro. She's in
Thanos is 8'6".
bro.
she
These people.
playing the wrong sport.
Bro, she's playing the wrong sport, bro.
Bro, she's playing the wrong game.
Yeah, literally.
She should be in the NBA 2021
Bro,
game.
she should be in NBA 2K.
Oh my god! But like, director reacts to like he was struck by the comments because one of the comments was I was struck by comments like I want to be chased by her.
Oh my god.
But like,
Bro, you need to go chase some real bitches.
literally, what was the thought process of that? Like, all right, we gotta make a villain in the game. What are we thinking? 9'6", perfect.
Perfect, bro.
Perfect.
It's like, yo, any game developer, how do we make a character intimidating? Height.
Like even
yes.
like even making her like 7'2" would be
No,
tall
they
enough.
wanted to go for the
But
they wanted to
9'6".
reach for the stars,
said
literally.
They wanted the world record.
They
bro.
wanted the
Bro,
world record,
the world
bro.
record of the tallest
Literally-
villain. Oh my god, the tallest
Bro.
standing villain in like modern history.
9'6", bro. God damn.
And I want to replay Resident Evil 7 because this game comes out in May, and that will be obviously hopefully whenever they restock the freaking PlayStation 5. I'll definitely get that. And
Well, if you play RE4, there's one of the main bosses. His name is Chief Mendez. And compared to your character Leon, who's probably like average 6 feet, this guy was like 7'1". He would be a peanut compared to her, bro. Jesus Christ,
there's a height chart because they compared it to like a refrigerator.
They should compare it to Shaq, bro.
bro. Shaq will be like, my neck is broken.
No one can see it, but like that's her
I'll
right
put the
there.
image in.
Oh my god! But look at that.
To our listeners, she's very tall.
She's very tall. Oh
Just
my.
picture like if Godzilla versus King Kong had a second enemy, she'd be it.
Yo.
No, here's from Xbox posted this on Twitter.
Oh, she's holding a 9 too, bro.
Bro, she looks like the Statue of Liberty right there. What the hell?
Jesus. Oh my god, I
But,
can't wait to play that game because that game looks
I'll probably
very
get
fucking.
that.
That
I
looks
haven't
phenomenal.
played. I played a little bit of RE6. Didn't play RE7.
Yeah, but not-
Because RE7 kind of went for like more of like the almost
horror,
like Outlast.
the horror.
Yeah.
It went back to its roots, which I'm
Yeah.
very glad it did. POV, first person, and the second game is going to be the sequel to it. So I'm very glad that they did. This is not obviously near it because this is totally different. I don't know what like Resident Evil is based off of zombies and stuff like that. And then after in Resident Evil 7, I do not that. I don't know because there's literally like so many mini games in between each game. Like I know there's like at least 5 different games between Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Yeah,
and
there's like there's Raccoon City, like Resident Evil Operation Raccoon
Yeah,
City, which is
this-
like its own game. That
yeah.
was alright. That's like with Hunk
Yeah.
and like his squad and stuff.
And then like between Resident Evil 6 and 7, I don't know how the zombie virus stopped, but like there was this new strain of virus, not the T virus or whatever, or I think it is the T virus. It's a new strand of it, and it basically zombifies people, but they're aware of it and they're just given super strength. That's the plot of Resident Evil 7. And so I don't know how this is gonna continue on to this, because this it just looks freaking cool. Because it takes place A, in a village, and B, it's like very vampire like there's werewolves in this, and I'm like, what?
Whoa,
Like this
the
is this is
Wolfman.
different from like any Resident Evil I've ever like seen or played. So I will be glad to play that.
Miguel, you gonna play it?
Nope.
Bro, this man will never touch a
Nope.
horror game. We should if we ever do another bracket, we should do best video games, and we'll have horror games in there so that he can actually play them.
No.
Yes, come on. Okay,
Not
you'll watch
Do
us
it.
play Outlast. You'll watch us play Outlast.
No, he'll just be like behind the pillow, just like on his phone, big chilling.
Yup. Most likely.
Big
Bruh.
chillin'. Will you at least play Five
You know,
Nights at
and, then,
Freddy's?
and you know what we'll do after that? We'll do a roller coaster bracket, the best roller coaster, so he'll be forced to go on
Yo,
those.
yes.
Nothing either.
Come
You have to go on
on.
King Ka, the Untamed
No.
Beast. You have to go on the Joker.
I remember
You're
his-
paying for me?
I mean,
If it gets you on a
Nope.
roller coaster,
If it gets you on a-
see, like if we paid for him, he wouldn't be, because I remember we went to Six Flags in 2017, and I didn't know that he wasn't scared. He was scared of them, like roller coasters. So we went
I
on.
know. Here's the thing, though. Like when I was a kid, I used to go on roller coasters all the time. It's that you started me off with the scariest one.
In the Six
Goliath
Flags New
isn't
England.
even that-
No,
No.
Six Flags New England. I brought him. What is it?
the Goliath.
Goliath. I brought him to Goliath. His first roller coaster. He goes, "This isn't bad." When you go
couldn't-
upside
You
down.
couldn't start me on that. I'm sorry.
That-
Like,
Well, think of it this way then: if that is the scariest ride in the park, then every other ride should be a breeze.
no. Like
No, he saw Superman. He was like, "Nope."
Oh no, Superman is not nearly as scary as the Goliath.
No,
Superman
I
is
love
Superman
Goliath.
is just fun.
What
Goliath
the
is
thing
fun
that
because
got me
love
is that
Goliath.
the only thing like securing me was like a little U, and then
harness?
my feet were dangling.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best part.
Oh
No,
my God,
that's
I
the
love it.
worst
I
part.
Bro,
love
listen,
it.
this is why you don't sit in the front. In case your thing breaks, you
I
just
wasn't
fall on
on
the
the
person
No,
in front of
sitting
you.
in the sitting in the back is the worst.
Because you
Yeah.
just go up the highest. That's the
Yeah.
best part, though.
We were in the second to the last, bro.
Bro, that's the best
When
part.
we go back, we'll do both. We'll try to go in the front, and we'll go in the back and see which is worse.
All right, I definitely think the back since you go higher. But then when you go,
Did you go on with me or no?
yeah, remember
Yeah.
remember our school field trip senior year? I think that was the
right,
first time I
that's
went
right,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then like
that's a really fun ride.
the last, like every time that we've went the past few years, it's always broken down, bro. Like my favorite ride
Yeah.
always broke down. I'm like, fuck. But nah, Miguel, we're gonna make you ride King
No,
to
Goliath's
thank
going
you.
through a
King
lot
to
right
Ka,
now.
500 feet, baby.
thank you.
Miguel, I promise you, if you go on the King to Cod, nothing else
It's
is scary
15
anymore.
seconds
Because
long.
ready, listen to me. When you go up
90
to
miles
100
per hour.
No, it's 128 miles per hour. When you go that fast, nothing is scary anymore. And it goes like that before you even know it. It goes 3.
You go through time.
2. 1. You literally go through time, and then once you're up on the top and you drop, it's over. You blink and it's over.
Yeah.
Indeed,
okay.
indeed.
And then next we'll go skydiving with them.
Bro, I still have my gift card. My mom got me that gift card for like years ago for
We gotta-
Christmas. I will love to go skydiving.
This
I
summer?
thought, like, I remember, like, oh fuck yeah, I'll do it. Like, I remember I opened the thing, and like, I was so amped. I was the first person out because there was another dude riding with me, and the dude was hooking himself on, and then he opens the freaking thing. I go, oh my god, because you're thinking like, it's about 10,000 feet. It's not gonna look that high. You go, like,
Bro, you feel like you're in outer space.
no, you go, oh my, like literally, if you, I wish I could find the video, but like, I'm literally like, oh my god, I'm still falling, oh my god,
Right.
this is awesome.
So wait, when you fall, can you breathe, or is it like hard to breathe because you're
It's-
going so fast?
How do I? It's.
Because I know like some roller coasters when
I
they're
don't
so
remem-
fast,
I
it's
don't
hard to
rem-
breathe.
my adrenaline was probably so high at that moment. Like my adrenaline was kicking up when he opened the door, bro. The 30cc shots of like adrenaline was pumping through me because like I bet that there was so many butterflies. I just did not feel one thing. Like all I was remembering was like, oh my god, I'm falling. This is awesome.
Right.
And then he was like, pull the chute. Or like, pull the chute. And he goes, pull the chute. What? Oh, I'm sorry.
And then shoom.
Or no, what did he say? Because you have to be like this. And so like he said, I'm gonna pull the chute, and I was so like amazed by what was happening. He goes, I'm going to pull it. I go, oh, so I had to let my arms out like this. So like, and then when you parachute down, he's the person behind you. He let me like finagle it. So
Control it?
So yeah. So my
You should crash
mom,
it.
my dad, my friend Alex were down below, and all they just saw me was just going around in circles.
Oh my god.
He's doing donuts in the sky.
And then when you land, it's so cool because you feel like you're from an action movie. You just land and you stand right back up.
It's like Bravo 6 going dark.
See, Miguel, look how it's
No.
so.
Bro, look what you're
No.
missing out
Oh my
on.
God.
I'm not missing out on anything,
Oh,
bro. I do
it's.
not-
We're doing it.
We're doing it,
You'll
bro.
film it. You'll film it from below.
Fair enough.
And then we'll film it from the top. I'll just have my phone in my
Yeah,
pocket.
well, they give you a GoPro, but
they do?
But like, it has like a watermark on there, and they edit it for you. I'm like, ugh. So I think I'm gonna
Do you have
ask.
to like pay to get it?
It's an extra payment fee. That's why I'm gonna ask if we can bring our own GoPros to see if we can do it. I don't know, be like, oh, but.
Well, I mean, okay, so if we were to buy our own GoPro, then we pay for the freaking parachute thing. Wouldn't that be more expensive than to just buy to go skydiving and then pay for the
skydiving is about like $150 though.
right? I'm saying, but like, and instead of just paying for a GoPro and then paying for $150 for the skydiving, if we were to pay for the $150 skydiving and then we just pay the little extra money for the video.
They edit the video though, and I don't like. They put music in the background. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
my
do you
God.
think we could ask them to not do
I'll
that?
probably ask them. I'll be like,
Okay.
listen, we're big YouTubers.
Yeah, we're
Let us do
We
our
just want
job.
the raw footage.
raw footage. Just give us the raw
Wait,
footage.
did you say raw? Raw, baby. Is there anything else we want to talk about? We are like 36 minutes in.
I have a question for y'all.
Oh,
I
God.
already asked you this, but just I want to ask
Wait,
this
who did you
again.
ask?
So, okay, just hear me out. When you guys wash your hair, how many hairs fall out?
A lot.
If you had to take an
Like-
estimated count?
Like with
What kind of
shampoo, I
shampoo?
go like. Well, it's natural. You're like.
Well, no, like maybe I'm not noticing it.
Like I don't count the strands.
Right,
but, like,
right. But if you had made an estimated count,
like
like-
2 or 3.
No, that's way too little.
Dude, when I wash my hair, I don't see anything.
well,
Because-
because you have
because-
really light hair.
That is no. When
Compared
it's
to
in
us?
when it's in the water though, you can
It
see
probably
the
just falls
you
off.
can see
You
brown.
just
So
don't-
I
because
was
like
maybe-
when I go like this, I get a few strands and I just drop
Okay,
it. But
yeah.
it's not like
And then like when you
clumps.
comb your hair, some come out too or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
I mean, I
Just-
don't pay attention. But
because-
why you thought you were having?
No. Just listen. I know this is an irrational fear, but as of lately, I've had this irrational fear that I'm gonna lose my hair. It's not gonna happen because everyone on both sides of my family, grandfathers, uncles, everyone has hair in my family. No one's bald, so obviously genetically I'm fine. But it's just
have to be
for some reason when I'm washing my hair in the shower and like I'm putting shampoo in it and I pull my hair and I just see a few strands of hair on my hands, I panic because I'm like fuck, stop. And then like I'll wash my hair, I'll put conditioner and I'm like fuck, stop. And then like I'll like dry my hair with a hairdryer and I'll comb it. I'll see some hair on my comb. I'll go fuck, stop.
Is
And
it
then
a
just-
lot or?
Well, like okay, I would say about maybe when I'm in the shower maybe like 30. I wash my hair every other day.
Count
So
1,
about
2.
if I had to make an estimation, about 30. And then when I comb my hair, maybe like another 10. So then I started to panic. I'm gonna be completely
You gotta
honest.
remember that.
I don't know why, but I started to panic. So I looked up. I'm like, okay, how many hairs are on our head? Apparently, it's different for each color. People who have blonde hair have 150,000. People who have dark hair like us have about approximately 110 to 130,000.
Oh shit.
And then redheads only have like 50 to 70,000. So you know.
Is it because like is it a difference when people have straight hair like wavy hair or is it different?
I didn't look that up. It just said by color. That's usually an approximation of how much hair
I
you'll
wouldn't
have.
think it would be by
I think
color.
like if you were to brush your hair a lot, if you have curly hair, more would probably come out because since they're curly, they're more likely to get stuck and
Because I would
pluck
think
out.
it would be not of color, but of what type of hair you have.
That
not-
is
That-
true.
that's-
I would. That's what I would have.
That's what I would have thought too. And I'm assuming probably if you have straight hair, it's harder for you to pull it out since it's straight. I naturally have more curlier hair. If I were to let it grow out, as you can see in the back, it's starting.
Well,
to
it's
curl a
not
little.
curl. It's like wavy, like
Kinda wavy,
like
yeah.
wavy, yeah, like that. Yeah,
So-
it's kind of like straight wavy, like mine. Well, yours is a little bit more curly, I think, but like it's like mine's straight wavy. I
Right,
would
like
think.
my nani, like when she has her hair out, it's very curly, very wavy, kind of like. So I just wanted to ask that question because you know, everyone has that one irrational fear, whatever it may be. Yours is
Yeah, what's
you know,
your
roller
what is
coasters.
your irrational fear? Like if you had one fear, what is your fear?
Irrational. It can't be like okay, that's
Is
understandable.
your number one fear losing your hair?
It used to be balloons, but as of lately, for some
you
reason,
told me that story. Can you tell the story real quick?
Oh, you want to hear the story? Okay, so
Please tell a story.
So as of lately, I mean, since I've been around rubber balloons, keep in mind rubber balloons, I really don't care much. But for the longest time, I think throughout most of my life, my irrational fear was balloons, rubber balloons. Anytime I had a party,
This is a real fear, by the way.
real fear. Anytime I had a party, birthday party, whatever, I say no rubber balloons. Make sure they're like the plastic ones. So if they were to pop, they would just deflate or whatever. So or they were harder to pop. I'll tell you why. Because when I was about 3 or 4, I don't remember. I remember I just had this one green balloon in my house. I think it was after a party. And you got to keep in mind, I'm 4 years old. I see this colorful thing. It's smooth. It's shiny. What's the child going to do? He's going to fucking bite it. I go, ooh, yummy. I take a bite of that thing. That thing pops in my face. It was so loud. I felt like my walls shook. I just started screaming and crying. And then I remember one time I had like another balloon. This was like a month after. I was going like this with it. And if you look at the wall, you see how it's kind of like spiky, kind of like that?
Yeah.
I had one like that
Can you
when I
bumpy?
was younger. And I was bumping it up to the ceiling. The thing went pop and I started crying again. And that just really solidified my fear for rubber
He
balloons.
said 2 core memories unlocked.
2 core memories unlocked. And like throughout my life, it's not like I couldn't be around rubber balloons. It's just I was kind of jumpy around them because if they would pop, I go, yeah, you know, stuff like that. But I haven't been around rubber balloons in a while. So maybe if I were to go around them and now, maybe I wouldn't be as afraid. I used to be afraid of bees as well, but bees are,
Well, that's
they're pretty cool. You know, if you don't bother them, you know, if you don't bother them, they don't bother you, unless they're like wasps or whatever, and you're in their territory. But yeah, no, my irrational fear was balloons. I guess you could say that's my main one. But as of lately, it's been losing my hair because I know it's not going to happen. Genetically, I'm fine.
Not with a razor or not.
I take care of my hair. I wash it, shampoo it every other day.
I don't know
I
what-
blow dry it.
I don't know what my people have their number one fear. I have no idea what my number one fear is. Like if I see a big ass spider, I'm like, oh my god. But if I see a small spider, I'm like, oh, So I'm not afraid of spiders. Snakes, I'm like, ooh. But like big snakes,
I would say
I'm like, ooh.
I would say an irrational fear is more so something that people wouldn't normally be afraid of. Like snakes, spiders, those are understandable because they're creepy, they're crawly, they're slithery.
I don't know what I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, freaking no.
Could it be like stepping on a Lego? No, because you're a big Lego person.
I grew up with Lego, so it wouldn't bother me that much.
Okay, so you
gotta
did-
remember that. I started building when I was like 5 to 15.
He's got
so
war feet.
bro. That shit's been through worse than lava,
He built the Lego dragon, bro.
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 The Lego dragon.
You probably have a Lego still stuck in your foot.
After we mentioned that Lego dragon,
People have been.
shout out Jack, by the way.
To
I
New
mentioned
York.
I told him I'd shout him out. But he sent me a picture after he listened to our podcast with the same dragon that I was talking
And
about.
guess
Bro,
what? My
really?
mom sent me. I sent you guys the photo. My mom sent me with me and Cameron when we were younger, 2014, 2015, when we were like back in Florida. We were take a picture in front of that. So it does exist. It's there.
That's a
You built that exact
It's
one
in
that you're
Disney's
standing in front of, right?
Exactly. I actually helped model
Yeah,
it.
he was taking a picture with his creation.
Camera was just there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the fear I have is like failing, but like I feel like that's like a lot of people.
That's understandable.
But like that's the thing. It's an understandable fear. I don't think I have an irrational fear. Like oh, that's weird fear. I don't think I have any of that.
With
maybe
failure-
like furries, but like, but like,
No, that's understandable.
but like people will be like, but you wear a toucan Sam costume. I'm like, bro, that's not a furry. That's just
That's a cereal
that's a
mascot.
cereal. That's a cereal mascot.
So are mascots furries then?
These are questions we
Stop.
should not get into
No,
today.
Okay.
no, they do it to entertain. Not to
That's
be
true.
fucking
That is
kinky
true.
fucks,
That
bro.
is true. See, he just solidified my love for mascots. Okay, good boy.
Good. So now we're gonna put you in a mascot.
Oh,
Would you do that for money?
I would do it for money. I'd be a
So
mascot.
you'd be outside, be one of
I'd
those
be like-
mascots. No, twirling the signs for like the job.
Oh, that mascot? Hell no.
Oh damn.
There's a mascot in Rhode Island for a school that's a penis. Hold up, I'm gonna look
What
it
is
up.
For a
this?
school?
Wait, what school is this?
Give me a second. It's in Rhode Island.
You're not gonna tell me the school name?
I gotta look it up. I remember the name. Okay.
Right.
For RISD, they have a mascot.
Oh,
Without
yeah.
a doubt, one of the strangest college sports mascot has to be Scrody, the unofficial RISD mascot. And I'm gonna put I can't even put
Scrody.
I can't even put an image of him because he's a straight up penis dog. He's a straight up penis. Scrody, just I can't put it in. Obviously,
Scroted the miss.
look up RISD mascot, RISD mascot. His name is Scrody, and he's a penis, and he's a mascot right here in Rhode Island.
Listen,
So,
if there are any
go
RISD
Rhodey.
kids, listening to this, you're a good school, I
You're
think.
built different.
But you're built freaking different.
built different, bro. They have literal balls to make their mascot penis.
You know damn well they made that costume themselves too.
Oh hell
They know
yeah.
they're dickheads.
Well, no, but they also had someone model for them too. All right, so I think it's time to do the movie bracket.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
fears.
all right.
My irrational fear is the Dark Knight losing this bracket. Let's go.
So we actually have the two matchups today. These are actually whatever we find out. These winners will actually go up against each other.
So wait, insert music here.
Oh.
Also the spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. You know,
Wait,
at this
wait.
point, either put us saying spoiler warning or just have like blaring red lights and loud noise like All right. So the matchups we have today are Knives Out versus Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then Inception versus Logan. So we'll start out with Knives Out versus Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So Miguel, I watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes with him
A few days ago.
a few days ago. You know, I love the film. Nicky's loved the film. This man hated the film.
I didn't hate it.
I
I just made fun of it a lot.
Well, no, because you originally said it was gonna be like a 4 or 5 out of 10, and then you came out saying it was like a 6 out of 10.
I had low expectations for it.
Why?
Because
I've seen the trailers and I was just never interested.
Planet of the Apes though is low key a cool like trilogy.
Like it's a cool like concept.
you will
and
say, because I told you.
I will admit that the CGI is amazing.
Oh my god!
Like
2014, my god.
for the year it was like I don't think like
The
nothing
next-
looked fake.
The next movie after that, everything looks photorealistic. Like,
War of the Planet of the Apes?
everything looks photorealistic.
I will give it that.
Like,
the
the-
CGI was amazing.
There's a shot of Maurice in War of the Planet of the Apes where he looks up, or he goes towards the little girl, and the way the light is shining off, it just looks like it looks so real.
Right.
The first movie, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, was pretty good. You know, it had James Franco, and I was like, James Franco in this movie, but he was pretty good in it. And then that movie is the prequel to, or you know, this movie. It didn't come out in 2009. I found out it came out in 2011. So Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out in 2011. Dawn came out in 2014, and it takes place 10 years after the simian flu takes over. And my God, if Andy Serkis, the man who, you know, does this, you know, the mocap, who's done King Kong, who's done Gollum, who was in The Prestige, if he doesn't get nominated for something at this point, like I know he does, like he directed what was it on Netflix? It was like like a spin-off or like a darker version of the Jungle Book. I don't know if you heard of it. It came out on Netflix. It's like Moagi or something like that. So basically, he did CGI for that. Like I just thought that Stonk. I just thought of Stonk. Oh my god! I just think that he's so good at what he does, even for his CGI. People are like, "Oh, it's just CGI." Like, no, it's not. If you look at behind the scenes, he is on the ground like an ape. He is doing all the facial expressions.
He should win an Oscar for best ape walking. Then.
Honestly,
Yeah, like.
but like the movie is so
it's a
good.
skill.
Like the human characters are pretty good. Except for the asshole. He's an asshole.
Ooh, Koba?
No, the other dude. The dude who like.
Oh,
hates
that guy,
Dave,
yeah,
who
fuck
hates
him.
Dave. Cole was so scary, bro. Like,
Yo.
like, tell me not that one scene where they're rushing. I was about to say rushing the Capitol.
Your mind is everywhere today,
No,
dog.
because the apes are rushing the building. It was like rushing the Capitol. No, that's not the right thing. Oh my god! So the apes
What's
are rushing.
the difference?
Nothing. It's apes rushing it.
Yeah,
so,
literally.
but that scene, and I don't know if you remember it, but like that one scene where like he jumps through the fire, and it's so terrifying.
With the guns.
The two guns, and then the one scene where it's the one shot. And it's the one shot on the tank, and the tank just keeps moving, and it's one shot. I thought that was so good. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like the cinematography, it's Matt Reeves, the guy who's gonna direct the Batman movies. So I loved this movie, War for the Planet of the Apes. I think the Batman's in good hands. And just this movie is just so good. I love the characters. I love Caesar. I actually want to rewatch the Rise of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes too. They're just very good movies. Like I obviously there's a little things that I would fix in my personal opinion. I think it's pretty good overall. So what do you have to say for Koba?
So,
Speaking.
So
of
I guess I'll do something unusual. I'll start with the villain of the movie for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Koba was absolutely terrifying.
Oh my god.
Like him,
The
Heath
CGI
Ledger,
the CGI.
Terrence Fletcher. Like it's weird because like he's just some evil monkey that just wants to like
Monkey.
Le Monk, that just wants to take over his kingdom. But like he's one intimidating
Oh my God.
motherfucker. Like the one scene that always kind of like not scared me, but like you knew something bad was gonna happen was remember the one scene where those two guys who were shooting, they were sitting there drinking. He goes up to them, he's playing like a stupid monkey.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he takes the gun. And then he just shoots and kills him. That part, I was like, okay, this man gives.
There's
this
one
monk
scene
gives
where,
absolutely
where,
zero fucks.
He finds out about the guns and he goes to Caesar. He goes, "Where is Caesar?" And then Caesar like fights him.
Yeah, yep.
And then like there's this one shot where like he does forgive me, like puts out his hand. The shot of like him like smiling, kind of like with the blood over his. I'm like, that is
like
terrifying.
Very mischievous. So yeah, Koba was a very, very good villain. I think
good villain, scary villain.
Very scary villain, which made him a great villain. I think the storyline was great. How in this movie they really try the research group and Caesar, they really tried to like make peace with each other, but because of that one asshole and then because of Koba, an all-out war breaks out by the end of the movie. So the plot I think was really good. CGI, I think, like anyone
Oh,
else could say, is
phenomenal.
absolutely amazing, especially for 2014.
7 years ago. Think about that.
7 years ago, 2014, absolutely. And imagine they probably filmed all that in 2013 because it takes movies quite a while before they get
Like
released.
I said, the War of the Flames
So-
came out in 2017, so it still looks freaking amazing. So
Yeah.
why can't CGI movies nowadays just be like that? Like, come on,
Mm.
movies, come on.
And yeah, so that's really cool. And then I think the last thing I really liked is how, I mean, this is about the whole trilogy. I haven't seen the first movie, but like I've seen War of the Planet of the Apes. I like how throughout the trilogy, their way of communicating becomes more advanced. Like they actually start speaking English words rather than just sign language. Granted, of course, their sign language things are pretty cool with like the subtitles and stuff. But as the movie progresses, they start to speak more with like English and stuff.
And especially War, like there's some hand signals, but it's mostly everyone starts to speak.
Right,
really.
because they're advancing as a civilization, what I think is pretty cool. And then that last scene, of course, with Koba, the fire,
Oh
the
my God.
action.
You are not ape.
Who would have thought that a movie about monkeys fighting humans would have such a monumental behemoth of a shootout, bro? That's up there with like Heat. That's up there with like fucking like. Oh, what are other
Like a movie. Oh wait, no, not that movie.
Yeah, like a movie. That's just the fucking final scene with the fire, the shooting, and then it was just a phenomenal way I think to end the movie. And then that last shot.
Oh, my
Where-
favorite shot of the
Your
whole
favorite
movie,
shot where
it
it's
just
like
zooms in his
it
eyes.
shows it's zooming in on his eyes, and then you just see all of them standing above around Caesar.
And notice how they
At the
they
staircase.
forgive. They're asking for forgiveness
Yeah.
for after like they sided with Koba, and then there's that shot. It looks so real. Oh
So
my
then,
God.
yeah, overall I think a really great movie. Miguel, what are your
What
thoughts?
do you think of the ape movie?
So I'm not
After hearing
gonna,
us suck its dick, what do you have to say?
like after when I first
Was it
saw
as
the
bad as
trailer,
you thought?
it wasn't as bad as I thought. I just still had low expectations for it.
Okay.
Because I was never interested in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I will admit that there's some good scenes, like the final scene. That's it. No, it was a good movie. Like
Like
I
the one
just,
shot I told you, the tank scene.
yeah, that
was
too.
really cool.
But I don't know. I didn't like it as much as you guys do. But
Damn, he is not ape.
I am not ape,
Miguel, not
Ape.
not monkey. But
forgive.
Forgive.
I will. Like I said before, the CGI is amazing, and I feel like that's the best part of the movie.
Oh God, for hands down. So let's move on to Knives Out. Can I just stop and talk about Ana de Armas for just
No.
1 second?
So-
Anyways,
Stop this man right now.
Ana,
No,
like
but-
she is so. This is her first
movie,
like.
movie
Okay,
only.
Gina.
No, this is her like.
He said beep boop.
This is not her like big. This is not her breakout role because she played in Blade Runner beforehand. She did a few other movies, but this is like the film that like I think, in my personal opinion, like stood out. Like this movie, like she is very well in this movie. The movie, when I first watched it, it was Ryan Johnson. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, after The Last Jedi," blah blah blah. Even though I kind of liked it, and I was like, "I think it's gonna be good." And then 40 minutes into the movie, not even, you find out who the killer is, and you're like, "Oh, so we have about an hour and 20 minutes left. What is this movie gonna?" I
remember that.
I literally said that. I was like, "What is this movie gonna do?" And then I was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh wow."
I remember that. I was like,
Like-
wait, is it over now?
Yeah,
Seriously, I was
like,
like-
is this gonna be a short movie?
Like I was like, oh, she killed him. But then you find out that like Chris Evans is like the real villain. He switched the things, but actually she gave him the right things. But you know he labeled them differently. But the thing is that like she didn't actually kill him. She didn't actually give him the wrong stuff. She actually gave him the right stuff, in that he actually thought he was going to die. So and then he slit his throat, and then because he thought he was gonna freaking die. So and actually rest in peace to Christopher Plummer, who died recently. Shout out to that man. 91, my boy.
Long life though.
But everyone in that movie was great. Like like I wish they gave a little bit more screen time to some of the characters, but overall I thought everyone had a decent amount of part. Like I remember this one part where what's his name? Michael Shannon, like the dude with the cane.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they're at the
Yeah.
scene where like they're all arguing right before the will is read, and the kid's on his phone. Chris Evans is eating cookies, and then Michael Shannon goes, "You want some more cookies?"
Yeah.
He called his son. I don't know if it was his son or like he was on his phone. He goes, "Look at that neo-Nazi over there." or something
Yeah.
like that. Like everyone is funny. The girl from Halloween. Why can't I think of her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty funny. Everyone is funny.
Chris
like
Evans.
everyone, like there's always a secret with everyone. Like her husband was cheating on with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
She found out through like the little like invisible ink that her dad left. Like honestly, like if you ask me what movie I think is a great film, I'll list Interstellar, Inception, basically Christopher Nolan movies. You ask a movie that I love, it's this movie. This is up there with Lovable, with Spider-Verse, Lego Movie. I just like if I would marry this movie if I really could ask it to me. I just love it. It's so great. The plot is like so great when she finds out that she like really killed him, or like and then she has to like hide it. Like the dog finds the little bark piece when she tried to climb the house. She was like, she throws it. Oh my god. But also, Ana de Armas, you are beautiful. Then anyway.
Oh my.
Ana de Armas, if you ever hear this, just no. Wait, no. Let me finish. Ana de Armas, I know you broke up with Ben Affleck, Batman. I don't really care, but just hop in my DMs. That's all.
As if she's gonna go from the actual Batman to Batman G77.
We're putting that in the beginning.
Yeah, that's the intro.
Oh my god.
Yo.
You cannot deny that she is.
Yeah, I'll admit, but like, we're not down catastrophically like you are right now, bro.
My man's has like a whole folder for his computer wallpaper, bro.
Bro, man is digging to oil with how down bad he is, bro.
2021 is the year of the down bad.
Literally.
Forget the year of the ox, bro.
Literally, forget the year of the ox. It's the year of the down bad,
bro.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Like I can name so many people in one group chat.
I really like the movie Knives Out. I thought it was really cool, like murder mystery kind of movie. Granted, that style has been done a million times, but I think they do this really well because they did something different. Where
it's new. I don't think. So
let me finish. So it's like you think you know who the murderer is, like 40 minutes in, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be kind of like, what do they do from here now?
Yeah, exactly.
Come to find out, at the end, it was Chris Evans. And do you remember what Chris Evans' name is in the movie?
Ransom.
Okay, so
yeah.
So do you guys remember the grandma in the movie, the really old lady who was like?
Oh my god, bro! The scene.
Okay, so the scene that flew over a lot of people's heads was when
Ransom.
Marta. When she was climbing out of the guy's window after he took the medicine because she thought he was gonna die. When she goes, "Ransom, is that you?" That flew over a lot of people's heads because
she goes, when Ana de Armas.
No, she goes, "Ransom, you're back."
And then when Ana de Armas is climbing up, she sees her and she goes, "Oh no! Where does the grandma?" Because the grandma goes, "Ransom,
like
you're back.
The window,
you're back so soon," or something like that.
Yeah, and that flew over people's heads because before that, all of that took place, Ransom, Chris Evans' character, went in there and he like switched the things, which is what made the guy die and stuff. So. It was a really cool scene. I think that flew over people's heads. It flew over my head like mile high. So I didn't even catch that part. And I was like, when they brought back that scene at the end, I was like, oh. And I also think it's really cool. It shows a pretty cool message, just how greedy family could be, how people could really only love you only for money, even if they're in your family, because people were actually fighting with each other over the will, like who was going to get this, who was going to get this amount. And they really only loved the guy by the end of it. It made you feel like they only loved him just for his money, and that's why he gave a lot of it to Marta.
Well, she gave everything to Marta because
everything.
And at the end, go ahead.
Okay. Just really quickly, the funny thing is that they didn't even want everything. They just wanted one specific thing.
That is true. Yeah.
Exactly.
I haven't seen the movie in like a year, so I
I have it on Blu-ray. We can watch it one day.
The guy with the cane wanted his like book company.
Yep.
The one with the daughter that from 13 Reasons Why.
Yep.
She wanted the money, and then the other daughter wanted the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
But also like. We forgot to mention Daniel Craig is the freaking detective, bro.
Yeah,
my boy, he had the weirdest accent. Like, what was he going?
I do declare.
Yeah.
It's not a donut hole,
yeah,
but it's a bigger donut hole.
It's like I don't know. It's like a Southern guy trying to do a British accent, trying to do a Southern accent. It's so weird.
Rian Johnson's gonna make not a sequel to Knives Out, but a sequel to that character. Like I think he's so cool, that character. And someone on Twitter, I think it was like a couple years ago, that goes, every movie Daniel Craig should just have a different accent.
Yo, that'd be funny.
Yo, that would be so fucking funny.
He just has a Russian accent next week. Next movie.
And in the movie, I love when Ana de Armas walks out. Everyone else is looking up at the house. She has the cup that says "My House, My Rules" from the beginning of the film, and she's just looking up, smirking. And everyone's like,
So yeah, I thought it was a really great movie.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I really
What do you
liked it,
think,
Miguel?
I thought it was a phenomenal movie because like I usually when I was a kid I used to read those mystery books. Do you remember those like A to Z like mystery books?
I would read 39 clues.
I used to do I Spy.
What? I read the 39 clues.
I read the 39
Those
clues,
were.
too.
I think I stopped like the 6th book, but those
They
were
were
good.
they were like each book was like by a
They
different
had like the
author.
cards inside of them. Oh, those were
I
so
collected
cool.
every single
You
card
never
shit,
read
you
the
know.
39 clues?
No, I know what they are, but I never
You're
read them.
white.
Oh,
You should have.
that doesn't make that doesn't mean
Well, I
anything.
mean,
I read Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I'm white enough.
this is true.
I thought it was a phenomenal movie, like the eat shit, like Chris Evans.
Eat shit.
Like-
You
like-
eat shit.
Yeah.
Like I thought Chris Evans in that role was pretty good.
Oh, he's
you
a
know?
great villain.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think of him as a villain.
The ending too, where he's about
He
to
stabs
kill,
him and he just
it's-
goes-
It's out of all the knives, it's the fake one.
Mm-hmm. The one that like folds out.
Yeah, and it's
Now-
just like
I will have to say, the puking thing about her lying, I think is a little overboard. That's the only thing about the movie that kind of like it's convenient. That's what it is about the plot. Like she would throw up when she lies. So
did we ever find out if that was a real thing? I don't think so.
it is a real thing apparently.
Okay.
Is that a real disorder? Or like,
a
if
real
you lie,
a real disorder? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's a real disorder. In the movie, she actually does have it. She's not faking it.
right.
But like, I think that was kind of like made for the plot. It's not like the worst thing in the world. Like like
I
I
mean, realistically, there probably is someone that does do
said,
that.
probably it's not like like Endgame's time travel where
It could be a rare condition, kind of like what Joker had, like the pseudo bulbar effect when he laughs at the nerd when he.
Or I know there's a few people that are like allergic to the sun or water.
Yeah.
Very
Very rare
like
condition.
like sunlight, sun rays and stuff like that. But
So
yeah,
it's not totally like
it's not the worst.
impossible.
It's not the worst thing in the world. But
But-
like I feel like they could have maybe came up with something a little bit different. But it's
No,
that's
I still liked it.
it's definitely convenient for the plot though,
Yeah.
obviously. But
So yeah, is that all you have to say?
No, I think my favorite scene in there would be like when you see that he actually killed himself, and then you're like, oh shit.
yeah, like he's actually dead. Like
Yeah.
there's no way. Like,
And
I
then-
originally thought like.
And then her escape.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
escape was like how he would tell her like he's gonna check his clock at 12 o'clock and then like go to bed, Grandpa, and she would go
It's
back
like
up.
it's like the poetic thing about this movie is that he wrote his own death like he was writing his own books.
Yes, that I did.
So,
Yes, I did.
So he
yes.
like came up with like this like she told him exactly what to do, exactly at what time. It's like he was preparing for that moment.
It's like he knew.
This kind
Yes,
of plot,
exactly.
mystery movies are so hard to do sometimes, and this is the right way to do them. Don't keep copying the idea, but this is the right way to do it. I'm very interested about what Ryan Johnson does, whether it's a sequel to these characters or a sequel to his
As much as I would love to see like the sequel to
this movie, I want to see.
I want
Daniel
to see
Craig.
what
I wanna-
Daniel Craig
yeah,
does
I want
as
to
well.
see
And, like another. Did we ever find out who hired him?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Chris
Okay.
Evans that hired him. All right. I already know what I want to choose. I'm going Knives Out.
I'm going Knives Out as well.
I'm gonna go Knives Out by a hair because when it comes to enjoyment, I enjoy it just a little more than Dawn of the Planet of the Apes because I really did like
really?
that
Oh,
movie.
wow.
But what really takes it away is the geniusness of the
I
movie,
think-
just how different it is compared to other murder mysteries.
Watching it
So
a second time, you love it more because like I have it on Blu-ray. If you ever want to like second time, The Prestige is a great movie to watch a second time, but Knives Out is another great movie to watch a second time. So Knives Out.
Wait, Miguel.
Knives Out.
Okay,
I already
alright.
said that.
So Knives Out will go up against Logan or Inception. So we just finished Logan today with Nicky. He has never seen any X-Men movie.
I was always a Spider-Man kid when I was a kid.
I was also a Spider-Man kid, and an Iron Man when it came out.
But this movie was me and Miguel's first rated R movie in
Yep.
the theaters. And I remember
As a couple.
March in 2017, he goes, "Can I have your ID?" I was shaking. I go, "Here you go."
Yeah, we were both 16 at the time,
Bro.
So technically, it was.
Why can I give your ID? Your date was closer.
He did ask for my ID.
No, I gave my ID.
And then I gave mine too.
Oh, I
remember that.
I don't remember
He was
that.
like, "Yo, can I
It's
see
4
yours
years
too?"
ago.
I'm
I
like,
don't
"Oh,
fucking
okay."
remember.
So I gave him mine
Bro,
because
this is so
we were
like,
both 16 at the time, so we weren't technically, but it was like a month away from my birthday at least.
Yeah.
I don't think
So-
I think you just saw how nervous we
Yeah.
just wanted to see
So-
Logan, bro.
Really, it was like what? I was 3 weeks away.
Yeah. Well,
So-
March 27th, the movie came out. I remember that.
Oh, so then less than a week away. Yeah. It was our first R-rated movie, so
And it's
of course we were nervous heading over. Like,
Bro, like-
we were hoping like,
we were never those kids that snuck into rated
No.
R movie. I've never done that.
I've never done
I
that either.
didn't
Well,
really.
technically we did.
Guys,
But,
we broke the law.
But what's it called? We were both 16, hoping that he wouldn't ask for IDs, and then we like, oh, shaking our ID to give it to him, and he didn't say anything.
He
So
didn't say
he's
anything.
a real one. Shout out to you, whoever you were.
Whoever you are, Jim, maybe, I don't know. But my God, I grew up before the MCU, before Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It was during Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, it was X-Men. It was Hugh Jackman. It was the X-Men movies, and then I knew because he was playing this character for almost 20 years in 9 films. Like that's like crazy. Like the way like he would like get jacked. Like I told you this in the movie before this movie, Wolverine, he got dehydrated for 2 days so that he could get veiny. I'm like, that's sick. So and then he also had to leave because he also got skin cancer. He was getting older. So this was a fantastic movie for a swan song for a character. The violence, this is a perfect example of how to do a comic book movie rated R. A perfect example for Wolverine, that is. Joker did it well.
What about Deadpool?
I forgot about Deadpool. Well, because Deadpool, I don't think is bloodier, like violent. Deadpool is funny. He's very
that
like
is true.
Those. You should watch. Deadpool is fucking hilarious.
I've seen the first one.
Oh my! But like that's like he says fuck everywhere. Like that's a funny movie. Like but like serious comic book movie, this is like the way to do it. The violence is up there. I do think that just because they got a rated R movie, I think Hugh Jackman says fuck way too many times. That's just my personal.
And that's
thing.
coming from you.
But here's the thing, because I feel like I think he says fuck. I think like about like 60 or 70 times, and like for like
coming from him too.
but no, but like for like I'm fine with it. It's not like gonna be Wolf of Wall Street where there's 531
like
F words.
200 of them are just from Jonah Hill.
Yeah, like every word is like in 2 seconds. I don't know, but like I thought like that's another F word. He just said another one. Like I'm fine with it, but like. I was like, so they got this R rating. I see they used it well. This got nominated for adapted screenplay. I think he should have at least got nominated for best actor. Like I thought, like this was one of his best performances. Like in this another movie, Prisoners, where he plays a father. That's really great. This is up there with it. Like his dynamic with the little girl, like very Last of Us vibey. It's so good. I did cry at the end when he died. Miguel was there. I was weeping. But the dude behind us though.
Yo,
the dude like straight like blew his nose and was
No,
wailing.
I was like,
the ending when Logan died, he was like,
this dude. I heard a. Oh my god!
I was like, are you serious?
Like I go. I know I'm teary, but Jesus.
That man definitely owns a comic book store.
Oh my god! Oh god! Yeah, he masturbates to it. But this is such a great film. Like I loved it. The only thing that like makes no sense in there is the titty scene. Like hey driver, and she just shows his.
Well, she was drunk.
I know, but like.
I don't remember that.
That was at the beginning. I feel like they just did that because they had a rated R rating.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
just think about it. Like they could have just done something totally different. But like,
Right,
hey
but-
driver, I love the little girl's awesome. The sequences are great. The action is great. Patrick Stewart is great in this film. Everything is great. I think so. Nicky, for your first X-Men movie, I told you a little bit about Wolverine.
Yeah.
What do you think about Logan?
I thought it was a really good movie. And let me just say that girl,
It's phenomenal.
what the hell's her name?
Laura.
Absolutely kicks ass. You know 100% for a fact that
She did train in martial arts.
Yeah,
before
she
them.
did martial arts hands down.
Her
And
name is Daphne Keane.
Daphne Keane. So she's probably maybe 14, 15.
Daphne Keane. Why does she sound so familiar?
She's 16 now.
16
She's only
years-
4'11". Damn.
She's 16 years old. Wow,
What else
She
did-
looks older.
What else did she star in?
She's in this new thing on HBO Max. His Dark Materials. You probably don't know.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, so I think she was a really cool character. She absolutely kicks ass. And let me just say, I think when it comes to violence, that's about as good as it gets. They had a rated R Wolverine movie, and they embraced it, and they did it absolutely right.
Because-
Dude, so many scenes where he's just slicing up people, decapitating people. There was one scene where he put his claws through a guy's armpit.
my god, it's so great.
I was like, bruh, I can feel that. I kind of squinted when that happened too.
The
Violence is absolutely amazing. That's probably my favorite part of the movie because the fight scenes are amazing. They're intense.
They didn't just slash people through
No.
blood. Like there was that one when he his twin X-24 does him right underneath the armpit. every time I see this scene, that I don't know why that one thing.
Yeah.
It just like I feel it right there. Ah.
So violence is really cool. The characters are really likable. I think Hugh Jackman was I can't say is anymore was a great X-Men Wolverine.
Oh God. It's gonna be.
And I thought Batman was a dickhead superhero at times. This guy makes him look like an he makes Batman look like Spider-Man.
He makes Batman look like one of the carols from like the Christmas Carol, like
Yeah.
joy to the world.
Yeah, literally, bro. He is an absolute dickhead. There was like a few scenes where like the girl would genuinely try to be like connecting with him, and he would just be
When
very cold
when
to
she
her.
starts talking, you can talk.
Yeah.
When the fuck can you talk?
The ending scene where everyone fights out in the woods, that was a really cool scene. It was, I will say, it was very sad to see Hugh Jackman die and see the girl crying like that. I can understand why someone who grew up watching X-Men would cry at that. I think when Patrick Stewart died was really sad as well because
yeah.
it's one thing that he got killed, but it's another thing that the person who killed him was like basically a clone of Wolverine. So
Notice how
and like when Wolverine was actually trying to save Patrick Stewart in the movie, he was trying to save him. It wasn't me.
Yeah,
It wasn't me. So it's bad enough that what's Patrick Stewart's character's name?
Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier was already disappointed in Wolverine, as a father figure. It's sad enough to think that he may have potentially died, thinking that his person that he raised all these years killed him. That hit hard. If anything, that was probably a little sadder than Wolverine's death, in my opinion.
Especially when he goes like our boat, the Sunseeker, and he just goes, and I'm like,
yeah, that part I was like, damn, it was just really sad to see. But overall, really great movie. Violence is great. Storyline is great. Phenomenal ending. Very sad, but very good, very in-depth. And just basically every character's, even the villain, which the villain was pretty cool, were enjoyable.
Well, I mean, the Doctor is...
Doctor was a little
But the dude with the arm was pretty cool.
Dude with the arm was pretty cool. Donald, his name was. He was a pretty cool villain.
His accent is...
He had he was weird. It sounded like
an
an
Australian
It was like
mix
a
with,
Southern Australian.
Yeah, it was
mix,
like a
kind of.
Southern Australian mix kind of. He had like a Texas accent, but at the same time, it sounded like he was from Australia.
And
but either way, really cool movie.
and
I really enjoyed
And I
it.
bet you couldn't tell that Hugh Jackman is Australian in that movie. Because
See, I didn't know that either. All these movies you think they're American?
you
No, they're
just said
Australian. They're British.
Did you say? I think I just heard you say they're almost anally like.
No, I was about to
just
say English. I meant to say American, but yeah. Anyway, Miguel, what do you think
So,
of Wolverine /slashy?
So for my first rated R movie, no, but I'm not really a person to like violent movies. I'll put that out there. But
bloody stuff, more like it.
Yeah,
right.
but I still enjoyed Logan because I don't know, like I didn't grow up on X-Men, I didn't grow up on Wolverine, but I just like the story. Like I knew
You saw the X-Men movies.
I
right?
saw
Okay.
I saw one of them. It was I'm not gonna go into depth,
All right.
but it was like Magneto was in there, and it was
Magneto is in most of them, so.
it was the young Charles Xavier though.
Oh, First Class is a very
Okay.
good film.
So I think that's the one I saw.
and that's the cameo in that Hugh Jackman. So they're this is in the 60s, right? They're recruiting him, and they go, "We want you to join a team." He's in the bar. Hugh Jackman. He goes, "Yeah, why don't you go fuck yourself?"
I remember that. Yep, that's the movie I saw. Just a little bit of nostalgia, like watching Logan grow up. I think the part that got me most was Patrick Stewart dying.
Yeah, honestly, like rewatching that again, I was
Yeah.
like, bruh.
Like also like the family that like helped
Yeah.
them then like that got
That
me
just
too,
got
'cause,
so
like,
Yeah,
tired.
the Wolverine clone just straight up killed the son
Yeah.
like it was nothing. The wife, the father, boom, gone.
yeah, that got me too. But I still thought it was a good movie.
It was very good.
Very
Such a great film. Now, Inception. So I have to
Hold
tell,
up,
So
before you even say anything.
Wait. So I was upset that you guys weren't gonna like it when I watched it like a week ago, because you guys were always like, I said like, oh, the beginning's gonna be first 30 minutes is gonna be confusing, and you guys would always ask questions, and I go, damn, they're not gonna like this. They're not gonna like us. And then at the end, when you guys go, and I go, yes. I did
See,
it.
with Inception, this is gonna be a tough one because Inception, just like The Prestige, it's one of those movies where you have to watch it.
You can't look at your
even if
phone.
we
You
explain
can't
it,
look
you're
at
not
your
gonna know
phone.
what we're talking about.
Well, after watching it, obviously.
No,
now.
look, the people watching
Yeah.
it. Like, if you haven't seen this movie and we're
It's
trying
about
to explain
dreams.
it to you,
There you go.
that's the best way.
It's
to
literally
explain
what I
it.
told you guys.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to attempt to explain it, but
No,
after-
yeah, we're going to.
Oh,
yeah.
we're gonna try to.
So-
But it's Christopher Nolan, my dude. The first movies that came out, the following, Insomnia, Batman Begins, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, and then this. The Prestige comes close to thinking wise. Oh, well, actually, no, I lied. Memento. There was another movie he made in 2000, but that's another great film. But this movie, you have to just watch it, you have to think. Obviously, like I said, the first kind of 30 minutes are a little bit confusing because he does do a little bit of time jumpy in the first few scenes, and then you don't understand it right away. Like, what is this? And then they get into it. They go into the dreams. They practice stuff. They tell, well, I have to say Elliot Page now because people are going to cancel me if I don't. Elliot Page, his character, he is trying to, like, he's like the maze person. He has to create the maze, and then Leonardo DiCaprio is there helping him, and then you see like the buildings just fold and collapse, and then you're kind of getting it all together, like, okay, I see what they're doing. Obviously, it's a very fictional movie, unless in years to come they find a serum where you can put that in you and be like, maybe, but like it's this is his like big kahuna. Like, apparently, like, he saved the money for The Dark Knight, Batman Begins to make this film. Like, this was the movie that he wanted to make.
This was his magnum opus.
Yes, and then he was like, screw it, I'm making other ones too. But like this is such a great film because I watched it. I think I watched it on my laptop. I think way before it came out in theaters. Way after. I'm sorry. I think it was like 2011. I think was the year after actually. I was like, because that was a movie about dreaming, Christopher Nolan. I'll give it a watch. And then this movie, I was like, oh. I go, this is what's happening. This movie makes you think, makes you want to know what happens next, especially the ending, because the ending, I think, is the best part of the film because it makes you wonder, was it all a dream? Now, I don't think it was all a dream because in the movie, when he was always in the dream sequence, he would never see his kid's face. Because he would be like, that was the last moment I saw them with. Like, I don't remember their faces exactly. Like, and every time he would go into the dream world, he wouldn't see their faces. And then when he came back, he finally saw their faces. And that was a very, heartfelt moment. And then you see the thing spin, and then it just wobbles and then ends. Mm-hmm. And, like, that, I think, is how you make a movie. And the type of movies, like The Prestige and Parasite, which we will be watching, that make you think afterwards, those are the best movies to watch. Anyone who comes at me and says no, I will throw a camera at you.
He's ready to fight. He's ready to fight.
Nicky, what does you think about these movies?
So, before you showed me, you said, now guys, this is a movie that's about dreams, but it's so much more than that. So I already knew kind of like, okay, it's going to be kind of like The Prestige, because by that time I already watched The Prestige. Yes. So I was like, okay, I got to pay attention. I got to just understand
no phones. Like,
no phones. There was no phones when we watched it. It was, and like Christopher Nolan does, he does the time jumps like he did in The Prestige.
Yeah, it wasn't
so
as
at the
bad,
beginning
though,
so for the first time watching Inception, the first scene where they're in the house talking to the dude, there's like a mob chasing after the house. You're confused. You're like, okay, what the hell's going on? But eventually, as the story progresses, you figure out that they do dreams and stuff. It's really, you're like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. It's a little confusing, but I'm starting to understand. When the movie starts to really get confusing is when they decide that while they're going in the plane to LA, they go through 3 layers of dreams so they can. What was it?
They have to. So Inception. So what they did before Inception was they would take an idea for someone.
Right,
but
yes.
Inception is to plant an idea
That's
into
right.
someone's
And in
head.
order to, and like when they did that, they went through 3 layers of dreams. So it was like, okay, you had to pay attention and like know which one was which layer. Like the one layer where they're in the van and the guy's driving, that's the first layer. The second layer was when they're in the hotel, and then the third layer was when they're in the snowy area. And then Limbo was when that giant city that was crumbling apart, because that was the city that Leonardo DiCaprio and his wife had built when they first did the Inception idea.
And they spent 50 years there.
And they spent 50 years there. And at the end, the wife's like, we were supposed to grow old together. And he's like, honey, we did. And it shows like a scene of them when they're older walking through the city. I thought that was a really heartfelt moment.
A lot of people were confused with... I don't know if you were confused, but like is she alive in his head? People ask me that, and I go, no, that's his. What's the
perception?
Projection.
Projection. That's his projection, because we all have. When I dream, you're in a dream, I have a projection of you. I have a projection of you.
God.
It's the same person, but it's not really you.
Right. Okay. Yes. And like you said, it's a dream.
It's a dream.
So that's his projection of her. So yeah, if you were paying attention to the movie, it's a little confusing at first, but once you're like,
By
okay,
the 45-minute mark.
yeah, about the 45 minute, you're just like, okay, I can kind of get this. Like with the van, like, okay, that's the first level, the hotel's the second.
I remember he was like,
and,
what the fuck is going on? Like, I remember that scene.
And the
I
ending,
got it after a while.
and
Oh,
the
yeah.
ending, I do think is really cool because when you see the dreidel spinning and you see it starting to topple a little, but then it ends right on that, it's like, it makes you think, is this really a dream or was it real? Personally, I'd like to think that he was in real life, he was in reality, when he spun the dreidel and he was actually with his kids, because I think that'd be a really heartfelt ending. But I do think it's a pretty cool message how, like, you know, if you really get in depth in your thought, you start to wonder, are we really real? Or are we just a
That's what
dream?
happened
Are
to
we a
Mal,
simulation?
The wife.
wife, yeah, she got so like wrapped
Because
up in all
after
those
50
thoughts
years,
and dreams.
after 50 years, and then they come to it,
Right.
she's like, is this real? Like
Yeah,
just imagine
yeah,
spending
so-
a dream of 50 years with someone growing old, coming back and like, all right, we're 30 again.
Yeah, exactly. So who's to say that we're not in one of those right now? So I think it's a really cool message, a really confusing, not confusing, but a really in-depth message, really makes you think. It's one of those movies that really makes you think. It's basically like the progressive rock of movies, where progressive rock, progressive music, you have to think, you have to listen, you have to pay attention. Inception is just
Like
that.
it's not
Miguel?
not just like a confusing movie. It's a great
If you
movie.
pay attention-
if like Christopher Nolan, like I think every time a Christopher Nolan movie comes out, just no phones.
Literally.
Like every single
because
movie.
the movie itself is very engaging.
Yes, like
You like the characters, you like the storyline, like The Prestige. Inception was a really good movie, and when you paid attention, you focused to the storyline, you really do end up loving it. Miguel?
So I ended up because I was super mad.
Yeah,
and-
last night he looked up if
I
there was a
looked
real
up.
dream or not. This
so
little
so
bitch.
do you want to know? Because I'll say
Go
it.
ahead. I mean, I've never watched the movie.
So
I've known this for a
according
while,
to sources, the what's his name?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. They said that if he's in a scene, it's real, and he was in the ending scene, so that would mean the ending is real. I just wanted to find out just so that I don't have to no more bedtime paradoxes at night.
Bro, he had trouble sleeping for a week, bro.
No, I remember when that movie ended, he said, fuck this movie, 2 out of 10, Prestige all the way. You were so bad,
No,
bro.
then he turns
You said
up-
that's a joke,
no,
that's a joke.
No, then he turns around and I go, Miguel, what did you rate? He goes, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, no, you said that's a joke, and then he turns around, yeah, no.
He just smirks about what did you I want to think what did you think of Christopher Nolan's way of cinematography in this film?
I think it's amazing. Cause
Thank you.
Like, I'm gonna say this again.
Yep.
Colors.
It's very darker though.
It is very darker, but his tones are really good. That's all I gotta say for colors. But I just think the scene where like Elliot Page is like constructing it and then it just turns like upside down and stuff. I thought that was really cool too. And just like the only thing I didn't get was like when Fisher died. What and then
Fisher.
the businessman.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like
You mean
the robber like.
Yeah, so he died, so he went into limbo cuz
Yeah. So when he died in the third level, why did
So they said this in the film. So because they're going so deep and because the sedative is so strong, they even said this before when they're in the firing, the shootout in the van. Because the sedative is so strong, if you die in quote unquote die in real life, but you actually go into limbo.
Right.
The only
So-
reason he went into limbo was because they were 3 layers deep, and the other layer, like before death, is that limbo.
So the fourth level is limbo?
Yes.
Okay, so then my next question is why did it go into the world that Leonardo DiCaprio made?
Because that's his limbo. So basically
Everyone's limbo is different.
So no. So okay. So this is a little confusing. So everyone is connected when they're you know. So they were originally in someone else's head. They were in Fisher's head the second time. Well, I know technically they were always in Fisher's head. The first van, the second van. Then they said we're gonna go into your uncle's head. Really, they were going deeper and deeper into his. But because they're all connected, I forget what role. Leonardo DiCaprio, Cobb, his original role was an architect. I don't remember what role he has, but like if basically because Ma would always like interject with everything, like she actually shot Fisher. That's because if I hook us all up, we're all gonna be in one person's head, but all of our dreams are gonna be basically like in there. And Cobb's limbo is the strongest because of how long he's been down there for 50 years. That's how I got it.
Okay.
So it is confusing. I do understand where you're coming from because at first I was like,
That's
huh?
the only part I didn't
But
get,
it's because I believe that his limbo 50 years down there, because Maul is like,
Right.
he still goes back to memories, which he's not supposed to. His limbo, his thoughts are deeper than anyone else's, that his limbo ultimately takes control at the end. That's why Maul interjects, because he couldn't really control that much.
Right.
So I hope that kind of clarified it a little bit. But
Yeah.
Inception, I'm going.
I'm going Inception.
I'm going Inception.
That
Okay.
was easy.
That was easy. I love Logan, but
It was a great movie, but Inception
Inception is-
hands
Inception
down.
takes the cake. I'm sorry.
it's so great.
Yeah.
But well, that's basically it for today.
That's all we have for today, folks. That's it. So thank you all so much for watching.
All of our links will be in the description. And I'm so sorry for last podcast. I did not get the PDF. This time the podcast will have the link for the YouTube channel will have the PDF, the blank PDF, so that you can click it, print it, draw in it. I don't know.
Whatever you wanna do.
Whatever you want to do. Paper mache. It doesn't really matter. Thank you, gentlemen, for this time of need.
Good episode.
Good
We
episode.
talked about some decent stuff, and we had a good movie bracket going.
Very good movie
I'm
bracket.
surprised we kept it under 2 hours talking about Inception. So,
But Miguel, any final words?
Miguel, closing words.
The
Incept.
Prestige.
Oh.
Wait, what?
No, you know what? Incept.
Incept.